Giddy up at your leisure, fans, and get ready because this week we are headed out to the Beaver Fairgrounds as we get the opportunity to dive into the history of a family of rodeo champions. Then, we're headed up to Deer Valley Resort in Park City as we get to visit a one-of-a-kind festival that delivers a true taste of Europe. Finally, Reese and Marianne are headed out to a quiet oasis that's tucked away in the Las Vegas desert and entrenched with quite the unique history. It's all coming your way now. At Your Leisure is next. It's a story that's as big as the outdoors, and it epitomizes the Western icon. Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth, and today we are at an unusual celebration in Minersville, Utah, to meet and introduce to you a whole family full of cowboys, most all of them champions, spanning 3 generations. It's really quite remarkable, and it's put Utah on the world stage rodeo map. Let's go meet these guys. Come on, I'll introduce you. Well, here's the current spotlight of the Wright family, and this is Stetson. Stetson is the Cowboy of the Year. Tell me a little bit about your world title.
Oh, it means everything. Like my dad and uncles and brothers, they all got world titles in the saddle bronc riding, and to branch off and do 2 events and win the most prestigious buckle in the entire world, it's pretty special. And to be one of few rough stock guys to ever win is even cooler.
That hasn't happened, that award hasn't come to Utah for like, what, 20, 30 years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time. How'd you get started in this stuff?
My dad's a 2-time world champion. He rodeoed, my uncles and brothers all did it. And people think that all of us were just gifted because my dad was a 2-time world champion, but we had to work just as hard as any other kid. We might have had world champions in our backyard to get advice from, but we all started at the same level as everybody else and had to work really hard for it. And that's why winning is so special to all of us, because each of us knows how hard it was to get where we were. My dad always made us ride running horses. And he told us if we could spur a running horse in time, then you can get on a bucking horse. And when you're young, you just want to get on a bucking horse. You don't really want to take them steps. And I've told kids that have asked me for advice to do that, and they kind of look at me like, thanks for nothing, and like walk off. But the little stuff, it adds up and it really helps. Like all the little advice my dad told me or my uncles or brothers told me, it helped more than like the big things they told me. The little things add up, and it really shows in a lot of great bronc riders, like who listened and who didn't. But there's a little more to it.
All right, how many of you people out there watching the show decide you want to ditch the ATVs, you want to give up on the snowmobiles and take up the rodeo life? Because if you do, you're going to want to stay tuned At Your Leisure. When we come back, we're going to meet the rest of this clan. Right now, it's time for us to go to our Where To. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are down in Beaver County at the fairgrounds for a celebration for the all-American Cowboy family. In fact, the Wright family has even had a book written about them because they are the true American cowboys. And with me now are this year's champions. Not just Stetson, he doesn't get all the attention. The other guys won some stuff too. So let's start over here. Tell me about your trophy this year.
I won Houston, Texas. It's a long-time dream. Not very many people can say they won that, and I'm pretty happy. I can say I'm amongst them.
I'm Rusty Wright. Won these spurs in Eagle, Colorado this year. I got on a horse that lots of bronc riders crave to get on, and I got to get on them, and was lucky enough to win the rodeo and get a pair of spurs.
All right, hey, let's take a look at that spur. All right.
I'm Spencer Wright, and I brought my buckle I won in Denver last year, or this year, I guess.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, I guess it is technically last year, but we call it the current rodeo year. All right, so what did you win it on?
I had to ride 3 different bucking horses to win this, so.
Do they all have their own personality?
Everyone does.
How about you?
I didn't get to go to very many rodeos this year, but I've made the finals 7 times, and this was one of the go-around buckles for me.
Oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, I'd be wearing that every day.
Oh, I got one on. The one I'm wearing is the first one I won. So.
Is that the tradition? You wear the first one and then all the rest of them you put on the shelf?
I figured the first one was already on, so I just made all the other ones put them on the shelf, yeah.
All right, tell me about your year this year.
I had a really awesome year. My biggest win was probably the American in Dallas, Texas.
Wow, you guys really like wrapped up Texas, didn't you? So when you guys come into an arena or show up at a rodeo, do people like whisper behind your back? Go, all right.
We like to think so. We like to think we're that important, but probably not.
You know, do you have fans that show up, want autographs?
We're each other's biggest fans.
Oh, I see. Have you given each other autographs?
Yeah, you betcha.
Okay. All right, well, now that you've had a chance to meet the Wright family, we're going to tell some cowboy stories a little bit later. Right now, time for us to turn our attention to our Along the Way. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We've had a great time today finding out about the Wrights and all of their competition. I got a question for you. You got 3 generations. I understand that you rode a horse once or twice in your life.
A couple of times.
What do you think of the kids and the grandkids?
What do I think? That makes me awful happy that they can succeed at what they like to do.
So is it fun to work with the boys?
There's nothing better than working with my brothers and my dad and my boys. I love the family part of everything that we do. I think that's what makes everything so special to me, is for everybody to be involved. And I don't know that I'd really enjoy doing what I do if it wasn't for all of them. But.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we've got a whole bunch of business to do. It's been fun talking with the Wrights. Stand by, though. It's time for us to go to our weekly contest winner. This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by David Isbell. Congratulations, David. It looks like you're the lucky winner of a Clearly Tough windshield for your rig. Clearly Tough provides the strongest windshields in the market. Visit clearlytough.com for more details. Be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize. And don't forget, if you get caught with the limited edition Eagles Landing sticker, you'll win a $100 gas and gift card from our friends at Eagles Landing. Now, let's take a look at our calendar of events. First up, January 25th at Bear Lake is the Bear Lake Monster Winterfest. It's Bear Lake's biggest winter event with many family fun-filled activities, including a monster plunge and outdoor expo. Then, January 31st at the Palms Golf Club in Mesquite is the 5th annual Eagles Landing Veterans Charity Golf Tournament. This is a great event that our friends from Eagles Landing do to support our veterans, so come on down and join us and show your support. Also, be sure to mark your calendar for the Boat Show and RV Show. They are coming up on their annual dates the first weekend and second weekend of February. Finally, January 31st through February 1st is Jorgensen's first annual ride, which is a kickoff ride that Jorgensen's has hosted for nearly 40 years. And this year, they're headed down to St. George, so be sure to grab your dirt bike and head down and join them. Now, let's take a look at next week's show. Next week, our own Scott Huntsman and I are headed down to Sand Hollow for the Winter 4x4 Jamboree, which features world-class rock crawling and spectacular views. Then, we're headed down to Falcon's Nest to rent some snowmobiles and hit the trails around Duck Creek Village in Iron County. See what this trail system's all about. Finally, we're off to the Golden Spike National Historical Park for the Winter Steam Festival, which features a replica of the Jupiter steam engine and a display of winter steam like you've never seen before. Looks like next week's show is going to be a great episode, but it's going to be hard to top this. There's been a great bunch of guys to get to know. And if you want to follow the Wrights, any one of them individually, the place to find out their standing is at rodeo.com. And then you can find out about their Instagram pages. They each have one. And you can find out what life's like with those 200 days a year out on the road. So remember, they're doing this for you because they're making the Utah reputation as world-class cowboys every time they climb into the chute. So remember, there is adventure around every bend. You just got to get out there and create your own adventure at your leisure. All right, who wants to give me a bronc lesson? I think you're the guy that needs to do it. I've seen video.